Hi, this is Stacy with craftaholicmama.blogspot.com, and today I want to share with you some cards and a little project that I did last night with Amy over at aottmers224. Her and I have become really good friends, and we wanted to just do a project together. And what we did was we both have the Apple iPhones, so we have FaceTime, and what we did was we picked a sketch and we agreed on a couple of paper packs, and then we just made our cards together while we chatted on FaceTime. And this week I picked the sketch, and I picked this one. It's the Mojo Monday one that just came out this Monday. And this was my week to pick, and I picked either of these two paper pads from Recollections with Love or Love, and I ended up going with the Love collection. And then we could use any colors, any embellishments, anything we wanted to add to it, as long as we kept to the basic sketch. And we did some prepping ahead of time and called each other last night and chatted and crafted together while we chatted, and it was really super fun. And we're hoping to do it on a weekly basis, if not twice a week. We're going to shoot for. And we also decided on two cards, one for sure being the sketch, and the second card either being a second card doing the sketch or using scraps. And then we're also going to send the other person, the other card, or whichever card we want to send them. So this is the card I made based on my sketch, and I went with a square card. The sketch shows it being more of like an A2 rectangular card, and I decided to try a square card because my image was so big, and I did my image in place of the flower is what I did. And so I had a little bit of difficulty with my square card because of the rectangle here, the rectangle and the square, the way it lined up with each other, but I think I got it pretty close. And what I used was the red card's base was Paper Tray Inks Pure Poppy, and the sage green is Stampin' Up's Certainly Celery, and then that base paper is from the paper pack, and then I ran it through an embossing folder, and I can't remember which one it is. I think it was called Holly Vintage or something like that. It's a 5x7 folder, because this particular piece of paper was 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and the normal size embossing folders are 4 1/4 wide, so it wasn't quite wide enough. So I had a very limited choice of embossing folders, so I picked that one out. You can't really tell that it's holly leaves unless you really look at it. It just looks like damask kind of type feel. And then the next mat is a bright pink and white polka dot, and each layer is matted with the Certainly Celery. And then this one is part of the paper pack as well. And then I used some ribbon that I had gotten at Hobby Lobby. And my image is a pre-colored digi image I purchased off of Pink Cat Studios. Really cute. I can't remember the name of her. And then the stamp is from the My Favorite Things, their freebie stamp for the month when you spend $60 or more. The triple scoop or whatever it's called. It's from that set. And then the ink was Close to My Heart Watermelon. It's a retired color, but I think it matched it very well. So that's what the outside of my card, and this is a 5.5 by 5.5 inch card. And then on the inside, I took a white circle. You can at Michael's Recollection sells a set of, I think they're 6-inch circles, and they're already just pre-cut. So I took that, and then I took some more straps and did scraps, and did some cute little banner tails or fish tails or whatever you want to call those, and did a round behind that. So that was my main sketch card. And then I did, with my scraps, I did this card. And that stamp set is from Lawn Fawns. This is one of their newer ones. It's called, oh, it's not going to focus. It's called Here's the Scoop. And I used this sundae in a tall glass, and then I used this You Melt My Heart, but that was too long, so I cut it so I could stack the sentiment on top. I have to color it yet, but I used up some scraps, and then that sheer ribbon is from Stampin' Up, and then that border, I don't even know what, a lacy scallop or whatever you want to call it, that I think is from EK Success. And these are just some of those from Sticko brand. They're really smooth, flat. They look like gems, but they're smooth and flat. And then on the inside, I just used some more scraps and cut some hearts with my little heart punch. So that was my scraps card. That's my second card. And then after we got off the phone, I was cleaning up my work area, and I still had extra scraps left, and my goal this year is to use my scraps and not just put them in a box, but to actually use them. So I had this piece of sage green, and it measured 5.5 by 4 3/4, so I just scored it in half and made a small card that measures 4 3/4 by 2 3/4, and used some more leftover scraps and heart punch, and stamped thanks so much with the flourish. And that is from my 1-year anniversary to the Stamps of Life membership. It's called Thanks for 1 Year. I was a member as of 1 year in January, so they sent me the stamp set, and I used that thanks so much, and then I used that flourish that's right there in the middle, and stamped on the front of my card, and took a white Signo broad gel pen and did the dash lines around it, and finished it off with some more little scraps. And after doing these scraps, these 2 scrap cards, I have just enough little scraps that fill into a sandwich-sized baggie that I'm going to pop back into the paper pad and save them for next time. But it was very fun with doing this with Amy, and she's already, this next one is her choice, so she's already doing research and trying to find a sketch that we could use, and a punch. I think we're going to go with a punch this time, because we both have a certain punch, and yeah, hopefully she'll make a video of her cards and show you what she did last night, and I hope you like everything, and it was a blast. And Amy, I really had a good time doing it, and I hope to keep doing it with you. Have a good day. Thanks.